If I could describe a farmer in 3 words, hardworking would be number 1.
Farmers are the most creative people.
I think farmers are the most selfless people.
Reliable,
dedicated,
resilient,
passionate,
essential.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another Seed World Giant Views interview. My name is Alex Martin, and I serve as the editor of Seed World magazine. And today I am so happy that I get to introduce my new guest of the day, Tony Klemm, who is the Vice President of Seed Business Development and Licensing with Corteva Agriscience. Thank you so much for joining me today, Tony. We are here at the very last American Seed Trade Association's CSS and Seed Expo in Chicago. Before we move on to Orlando next year, we're all going to miss it, but we're having a good time learning a little bit more this year. And today, Tony is actually going to help us dive into a fun topic, which is expanding access to new technologies. It's such an important topic. So thank you again for joining me today, Tony. I figured we could start easy and just start with some introductions for our viewers who might not be familiar with you. So would you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your role with Corteva?
So thanks, Alex. It's great to be here with you today. I've been in ag my entire career of nearly 30 years with Corteva and its heritage companies. I started out on the sales side of the business in crop protection, and I spent the last half of my career here on the seed side of our business. And so I'm really excited to today take the opportunity to lead our newly created seed business development and licensing team here at Corteva Agriscience. We're really focused on bringing Corteva's innovative new technologies, both to help farmers be more productive and also, the growing opportunities that we have in licensing so many of our seed industry collaborators and partners. And so I've enjoyed being here at ASA this week, getting to meet and see a lot of our seed industry leaders, talk about these licensing traits and product options that are available and new things coming from Corteva.
Now, I figured since you have mentioned that the licensing business is kind of new to you, can you tell me a little bit more about the licensing business? What do seed companies need to know about it?
Well, from the outset, Corteva is all about what's best for our farmers, and our business model really gives farmers the option of being able to purchase our technologies from whatever outlet or whatever route to market they would like to purchase them from. And so, we've really been licensing traits since the foundation of traits started, going all the way back to our Herculex and our Herculex corn rootworm traits that were foundational in the biotech industry here in the United States. And that's why, as we've been out licensing, we now have an option of further developing that with the introduction of our new innovations like Enlist, Enlist E3, PowerCore Enlist, and other foundational traits that will be coming, new concepts, and including even advancing just our conventional corn genetics and licensing area.
Perfect. And I think you have led on really well into my next question, which, Enlist is one of the products that you mentioned, looking a little bit more into licensings, and it's been a really successful product launch. How is that going so far, and what is the response from your licensees so far?
Well, you're right, Alex. It's been a tremendous journey. So I had the privilege of really starting with the development of Enlist back in 2008 and helping name the product. So it's so great to see a product that you've really taken from birth to the point of where it is today. And so it's been a great experience for me and so many great folks within Corteva and our heritage companies that have brought this product to life. We've had a phenomenal adoption. We're approaching 50% market share across the United States and just getting it starting to ramp up in Latin America. So, it's still growing. I really believe we're at the cusp of changing the face of the soybean market. The Enlist system is becoming really the premier soybean trait across the Americas. It works, it's easy to use, and it really gives farmers the choice that they're looking for in terms of herbicides. And moreover, we've had just a tremendous response from our Enlist licensees. It's the first real competitive product for them to be able to offer to their farmer customers, and we're so glad to be part of that and giving them that competitive choice.
Perfect. Now, what is the next big opportunity for Corteva licensing? I know there's a lot going on, so I'm sure there's a next big thing on the horizon.
Yeah, well, there's certain things you can expect from Corteva. We are working on increasing our investment in R&D. We have a lot of new traits coming in the pipeline, and we're really committed to growing this licensing business. So the new team that we have created, really comes to life through the adoption of the Enlist technology and the Enlist E3 and PowerCore Enlist that will be shortly coming. We're looking forward to bringing those new products to the market near term, and the pipeline is just exponential from there.
What is the biggest question you get concerning licensing? I am sure there are a lot of questions that pop up, so what is the one that you have to tackle the most?
Well, that's actually really easy. The question is always, what's the newest technology and when can I get it? Our focus on innovation, we've certainly increased our investment in R&D over the past few years. We continue to work on those sustainable innovations that we can bring to our farmer customers. And we're very well positioned as a Corteva to be able to compete in the licensing space due to the real competitive product offerings that we have both today and what we have coming in our pipeline. And we intend to take full advantage of that differentiated technology and our licensing capabilities in being able to bring this much needed technology to the marketplace.
What are some of the partnerships you look for in licensing? I know there are a lot of options out there and there are a lot of partners out there that you can work with. What are you looking for in terms of partnerships?
Great question. So, my work in agriculture has taken me around the world, and one thing is always true. Everywhere we go in business, success comes from putting our agricultural customers first, whether it's licensees or growers. Farmers really need to have access to our new technologies, to new products, to new practices. And so our investment in R&D is having a major impact, a positive impact on our grower customers. We're collaborating with many companies across the board, both other majors as well as small companies, to ensure farmers have access to those new technologies, no matter how those customers prefer to buy it.
Ideally, what are some strategic goals that you have in terms of licensing? Are there any new collaborations out on the horizon?
Well, the licensing business is very dynamic. Licensing continues to be a vital pillar in Corteva AgriScience and the way we serve our farmer customers. We have recently recognized it to be one of our 5 core areas that we want to grow and invest and compete. And so our commitment to continue to support independent seed companies around the world with outstanding licensing opportunities will continue to grow. We are an American-based company focused on serving, solely agriculture, and with licensing in a priority position, there are a lot of things that I think one can expect from Corteva. One, we've got a lot of new traits coming in the pipeline. Our goal is to continue to develop these traits. They're going to be high-performing traits coming with some of the best germplasm in the industry, and that's going to be able to add to a farmer's lineup and continue to grow the profitability of their operation as well as our seed company partners. We're invested in the overall business. Our R&D investment continues to bring new technologies. We expect to continue to resource that and build upon resourcing it to support our licensing business that's growing. And last but not least, licensing really is a way we do business. So it's not an afterthought anymore. It's really not a nice to have. Along with the other ways that we sell seed, licensing will be a fundamental way in which we bring our technologies and grow our farmer customers with our farmer customers in the way that they like to have their buying preferences.
Perfect. And Tony, I think I just have one last question for you today. And I think it's going to wrap up our conversation with a really nice bow. Why do you think collaboration through licensing is important for the seed industry? How do you think it can keep the seed sector running efficiently into the future, especially as you work to develop new innovations?
Well, the one thing that's always true is farmers need choices. So at Corteva, we're really striving to increase our accountability, increase simplicity, and just agility in working with not only our business, but our farmer customers and our seed customers, and ways in which that agility, accountability, and speed can advance new technologies. And so we're making ourselves more accountable to bring those technologies to the market. And we see this helping both the licensing business, our seed industry customers, as well as our farmers.
Sure, perfect. Thank you so much again, Tony. I really appreciate the conversation. That's all we have for today's Giant Views, but make sure that you know that we have more Giant Views coming out down the pipeline from the ASTA, CSS, and Seed Expo this week. But we hope that you learned something from Tony about Corteva, and we look forward to giving you some more information information in the future. Until then, we hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.